Hi guys, and welcome to today's yoga flow. We're going to be working the whole body, getting some good stretches in, and being really mindful of how we're moving. So whether you're doing this post-workout or on a recovery day, there is something in here for every muscle group. You won't need any props, but if you do like to practice with blocks or a strap, feel free to have those handy. We're going to begin on our backs, so come to a lying position. And walk the feet in towards your seat, having a big bend in the knees. Let the hands rest by your side. And close down the eyes as you begin to arrive on your mat. Giving yourself a few moments to ground, relax. Beginning to tune inward. Notice your breath. Notice its sound, the quality of it. Notice its natural, spontaneous rhythm. Our focus for today is to find this easy breath in every pose that we arrive in. We'll take one cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take a big breath in and open your mouth. Let it go. Grounding through the left foot, extend the right leg to the sky, flexing the toes back toward your body. Find 3 ankle circles in one direction. And then moving the ankle in the other direction. Ironing out any kinks. Notice any tension. And finding supine pigeon, cross that foot over the left knee. An option to stay here or grab onto the back of the left leg or maybe the left shin. Allow your upper body to remain heavy and relaxed as we feel a big stretch through that right outer hip. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And keeping the legs crossed, release your hands and then drop the legs over to the left side, finding a twist. Extend the right arm out beside you and then gaze over at the right fingertips. On your next in-breath, draw the legs back to center, uncross, and we'll take it to the other side. Extending the left leg up to the sky, curl the toes in toward the body. And then finding 3 ankle circles in one direction. And then moving 3 times in the other direction. Coming to supine pigeon on the other side. Cross that foot over the right knee. And then make this as tense or as intense as you like. Finding the depth of stretch that feels comfortable, but just on that edge of elongating the muscle, giving it a little bit of pressure to release and lengthen. And take 3 more breaths here. And keeping the legs as they are, we'll find the twist as we drop the knees over to the right side and extend the left arm out beside us. Keep grounding through the left shoulder. And on your next in-breath, draw the knees back up to center and cross the legs. And then hug both knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side, massaging out the lower back. And cross the ankles and grab onto the feet, hooking the big toe or perhaps all of the toes. Begin to pull the knees toward your body. Take a full breath here. And then release the feet and cross them with the other foot over top. Same pose, grab the top of the feet, pull the body and the legs toward one another. Release the feet, and then bringing the big toes to touch, finding a diamond shape. Hook onto the big toes or the outside edges of the feet, and begin to pull those feet towards your groin, drawing the knees out to the side. Take 3 breaths here. Coming to happy baby. Begin to press the feet toward the sky as you draw the knees down past the ribs and towards your mat. You can stay still or you can rock side to side. Manually opening the hips. Find whatever feels best. Take 1 more breath here. And then release your grasp. Hug the knees into the chest and then rock and roll up the long edge of the spine. Coming to rock all the way to a seat. Cross the legs underneath you and roll onto all fours. Coming to child's pose, walk the hands toward the top of the mat. And you can take the knees wide here or have them directly under the body. Allow your upper body to rest. Forehead on the mat. Actively reaching the fingertips out in front of you. Relieving lower back tension. Creating space in the shoulders. And take one more breath here. And walk the hands in towards the body as you press yourself upright. Come to all fours, stacking the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And we'll move through 5 rounds of cat-cow. On an inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Find a little flick in your tail. And on the exhale, round the spine. Tuck your chin to chest and press the ground away from you. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale. Find your cow pose. And exhale. Press the ground away. 2 more at your own pace. Coming back to a neutral tabletop. Take a couple of moments just to find any organic movement, wiggling the hips side to side, maybe dropping a shoulder. Close down the eyes and explore where your body wants to move and how it wants to move. And finding stillness, come to sit back on the heels. Roll out the wrists, finding little circles in both directions. And release the hands. Coming to a twist, place the left hand beside you or behind you. And inhale, reach the right hand high. On the exhale, hook the back of that right hand on the left thigh or the left knee and gaze back over the left shoulder. Inhale, reverse the movement. Send the right hand high and then place that down beside you. Inhale, reach the left hand high. And taking the twist, exhale, gaze back over the right shoulder. Inhale, reverse the movement, send the left hand high, and then exhale, release the hands. Take a couple of shoulder rolls here, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, and then back down along the spine. Good, last one. And then come back to all fours. Wiggle out the hips. And coming to a low lunge, we're going to step the right foot in between the hands. And inhale, lift the arms up above your head. Good, big bend in that right knee. And then interlace the hands behind you. And then pull this one big fist down and away from the body. Puff the chest and lift the gaze. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands. Frame out that front foot, coming to half splits. Straighten the front leg. Curl the toes inward. And find a fold over that right thigh. Inhale, rebend into the right knee. Tuck the back toes, lift that left knee off the ground, runner's lunge, and stepping to a forward fold, step the left foot to the top of the mat and release the head and the neck as you fold over top of the legs. Arms are heavy. Finding ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. And gently sway side to side. Release the hands to the mat. Find stillness for one full breath. Then plant your hands down, finding a low lunge on the other side. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the knee down. And inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Active through that back thigh. Try not to dump your weight into the left hip, but rather actively lengthen and bend into it. Take a breath in and exhale, release the hands behind you. Make that one big fist and pull the shoulders open. Big breath in. And on the exhale, release the hands. Frame out that front foot, half splits. Straighten the left leg. Curl the toes towards you and fold over the thigh. On your next in-breath, rebend into the left knee. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee for runner's lunge. And coming back to forward fold, step the right foot to the top of the mat. And exhale, let it go. Beginning to straighten the legs a little more. Feel free to keep as much of a bend here as you like. On an inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back for high plank. Full breath here as you engage the core. And then with control, lower all the way down onto your belly. Untuck the toes. And on an inhale, find baby cobra. Light on the hands, peel the upper body off of the mat. Good, exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, release. 1 more. Press through the hands and then send yourself back to tabletop, pressing onto all fours. Good, find a rebound, wiggle out the hips. And then come to stand on the knees. Pad the knees as much as you like here with an extra mat or a blanket. And we're gonna step the right foot out beside us. So I'll turn here so you can see me. We're gonna turn that right foot to the outside edge of the mat and then find a bend over to the side. Good. Bring that right forearm to the top of the leg, and on an inhale, sweep the left arm up and overhead, creating space through the left side of the waist. Good. Big breath in. And as you exhale, straighten that leg. Place the left hand down beside you. And then open the body up as you press the right fingertips to the left side of the room. Beautiful. Inhale, re-bend into that knee. Come back to your forearm, the top of the thigh. Take a big stretch through that right hip. And then come back up to standing on the knees. We'll swap it out for the other side. Give yourself a little wiggle. And then placing that left foot out to the side. Take a big bend into that left knee. Bring the forearm to the top of the leg. And then reach the right arm up and overhead. Simultaneously stretching out the hip. And that side body on the right side. Breathe in here. And on the exhale, cartwheel yourself up. Plant the right hand down. Straighten the left leg. And reach the left fingertips up and overhead. Inhale, draw yourself back upright. Place the left forearm on the thigh. Refine that side stretch. And then release, coming back to stand on the knees. Beautiful. Plant the hands down, coming to tabletop. You're going to come to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees an inch off the mat. Find your core. And then on a big exhale, we're going to lift the tailbone up and back as we come to downward facing dog. And then once you arrive, walk the feet out, bending one knee at a time. Find stillness in your down dog for one big breath. And on an inhale, sweep the right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Feel that right hip pull open. And on an exhale, draw the knee into the chest, step it in between the hands. Good, runner's lunge. Finding lizard pose, heel toe that right foot to the outside edge of the mat, bringing the hands to the inside of the right thigh. And then rock back and forth. Finding some movement. Ground through the left hand as you press that right knee away from you with the right hand. Maybe coming onto the knife's edge of the foot. Bring both hands back to the mat and then lower the back knee down. Staying in lizard, find a deeper variation of this pose if you like. Staying either on the hands as you are or coming onto a forearm or two. Wherever you are, stay with that easy breath. We'll take one more breath here. And press through the hands, finding a quad stretch. Bend the left knee, and with the right hand, reach round to grab the top of the foot. Really focusing on pulling the foot towards the hand and not forcing the hand to the foot. Release the foot, plant your hand down, heel toe that right foot back underneath the body, framing it out with the hands. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and pressing back for downward facing dog. Sweep that right leg high, and then release it back down to the mat. Walk the feet out. Coming to the other side. On an inhale, sweep left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips. On your exhale, draw the knee into the chest, shuffle the weight forward, and then step the left foot in between the hands. Runner's lunge. Coming to lizard, heel toe that left foot to the outside edge of the mat. Bringing the hands to the inside. Initiate movement, side to side, forward and back. And then press that left knee away from the body, coming to the knife's edge of the foot. Plant the left hand down on the mat, lower the back knee, untuck the toes. And then finding a deeper variation here, either staying where you are or coming onto the forearms. Take one more breath here. And then pressing through the hands. And go ahead and draw that left foot back in between the body. Finding a quad stretch, ground through the right hand as you bend the right knee and draw that foot towards the hand. Pulling the foot towards your seat. Release the foot. Come back to center. Frame out that front foot with the hands. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then sweeping that left leg high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. On an inhale, sweep the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it in between the hands at the top of the mat. And then cartwheel your way up as you pivot the right foot to the long edge, finding a wide straddle. Interlace the hands behind you. Pull the shoulders open. Take a big breath in to puff up the chest. And then exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Let the crown of the head melt towards your mat. And then release the hands to the ground. Fold. I'll let gravity take over. Adjust the feet as wide as you like. And on an inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands to the right, pivoting the body back to the top of the mat. Plant the hands down, step the right foot back for high plank. Engage your core, and then one vinyasa will lower to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll onto the toes. Lift the gaze. And exhale. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. On an inhale, shift the weight forward, come to high plank. Lower the knees down. And finding puppy pose, walk the hands to the top of the mat as you keep the tailbone high. Lower the upper body towards the mat. Letting the forehead rest on the ground. And stretching out the chest and shoulders. If you'd like to make this more intense, you can bring the chin to the mat. And slowly press the hands back toward the body. Coming to all fours. We'll find pigeon pose as we draw the right knee up to the right wrist. Send the left leg long. And then press yourself nice and high on the fingertips. Light on the hands. Find your foundation. And then on an exhale, begin to walk the hands forward as you fold over top of the legs. Hanging out here for about a minute. Get comfortable. Stay with that easy breath. Begin to make your exhales longer than your inhales. Take one more breath here. And begin to walk the hands back towards the body. Release the right knee underneath you. Wiggle the hips. Find a rebound. And we'll find pigeon on the left side. Drawing the left knee to the left wrist. Extend the right leg back behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Establish your foundation. And when you're ready, begin to walk the hands forward, coming to fold over the left leg. Notice any differences in this side. Allow yourself to soften into the stretch with every exhale. Take one more breath here. Release the stretch, slowly coming out of it. Draw the left knee back under your hip. Wiggle it out. And finding a seat, cross the legs underneath you. Come back to sit. And extend the legs out in front. Pedal out the knees and flex the toes in towards the body. Inhale, find a tall spine. Drop the shoulders from the ears and reach the crown of the head to the sky. And then exhale, begin to slide the hands down the legs, grabbing onto the shins, ankles, or perhaps the feet. Feel free to round the spine and relax the head. Take one more breath here. And release whatever you have hold of. Give the knees another little wiggle. And then shuffle your way forward as we come to our backs. Coming to lie all the way down. Let the hands rest by your side. Walk the feet in close to your seat. We'll sit up for bridge pose. On an inhale, lift the hips. Gaze down towards your belly button. Squeeze the glutes, draw the knees together. Good. Exhale, release the hips. One more time. Inhale. Lift the hips. Squeeze. And then walk the shoulders in toward one another, interlacing the hands underneath you. And take 3 breaths here. Release the hands and slowly lower the hips back down to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll side to side. And finding a twist, extend the arms out to a T and drop the knees over to the left. Grounding through the right shoulder. Gaze over to the right. Inhale to come up through center. And then exhale, drop the knees to the right. Gaze over to the left. Once more on each side, use your core strength, draw the knees up through center, and drop them over to the left one last time. Inhale, draw the knees up, and exhale, drop them to the right. Inhale, draw the knees back to center. Give yourself one last little squeeze. And find any movement that feels good before we come to our final relaxation pose. Extending the legs long, releasing the arms by your side. And finding this corpse pose or any other pose that feels deeply relaxing. Close down the eyes. Revisit that natural, spontaneous breath. And notice the effects of your practice. Running a body scan from the feet, through the legs, up the trunk, into the crown of the head. Notice any differences in your body now compared to when we began. Allow yourself to be heavy. Give yourself full permission to just be here. With nothing to do and nowhere to be. Simply witnessing the body and your mind. Shavasana. Slowly begin to reintroduce movement to the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Extend the arms overhead for a full body stretch. And with the eyes closed or a soft gaze, slowly press yourself back to a seated position. Let the hands rest in your lap or on your knees. Mentally thank yourself for showing up, for rolling out your mat, and doing something good for your body and your mind. To seal our practice, we'll bring the hands to heart center. Take a small bow of gratitude. Your practice is now complete. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next class.